The southern stretch of the Yellow Sea coast is a magical place, shaped by long-term tidal erosion. Here, the sandbanks are constantly silting up. The area is vast and shifting. Each day, this unique environment undergoes a transformation from sea to land and back again. Numerous forms of life thrive here. Each is part of the spirit of this intertidal zone. Their coming together and separation, their loves and hopes create a vibrant ecosystem. The annual contest of the Milu Deer King is a family event. In the early summer, the prospect of mating is causing the adult males to be on edge. The burly, thick-antlered black rider is a member of this Milu deer family. At 5 years old, Black Rider qualifies to take part in the contest. The northern part of this region is a major habitat of the Milu deer. It's where Black Rider's herd lives. He's looking out for potential opponents in the herd. But, disdainful of his rivals, he assumes the bearing of the victor. The scent of female deer on heat fills the air. But in response to Black Rider's advances, the docile females remain uninterested. Black Rider is yet to face a battle, and he desperately needs a victory to prove himself. His perfect new set of antlers is a powerful weapon, as well as highly becoming attire. In the battle to come, he will be respected by his opponent. The eagerness of his circling is a sign of his desperation to start a family. He's so keen for a fight. That he can even take on his own brother. Suddenly, the sound of fierce battle shatters the silence. Bad start. Cornered, Black Rider is retreating to the hill. The brothers decide to call a truce. Milu deer are a unique species. Originating 3 million years ago, they are known as the Chinese deer. They are a symbol of China's eastern coastal wetlands. Over 5,000 individuals who live here form the largest wild Milu deer population in the world. Among the honored guests here are red-crowned cranes, symbol of longevity and good fortune. These fussy birds are highly sensitive to environmental change. The open, unspoilt wetlands make an ideal habitat for them. This pair has come from Songnen Plain in the northeast, over 2,000 kilometers away. They had fun together along the way. With the arrival of spring, the weather is getting warmer. The cranes will set off north to their breeding ground. From March to May is the busiest season for the female Milu deer. The mothers will hide in the woods to give birth. After 270 days of pregnancy, the little black rider has come to this world. The intimate licking imparts his mother's scent onto the tiny body. The bond between mother and child is strengthened by the repeated licking. Within half an hour of his birth, the little black rider is able to stand and walk unaided. Thus, Mother Nature imparts a vital survival skill. For the little black rider, crossing the river is a challenge. The mother loves the water and enters alone. For the moment, she has forgotten her baby. With limbs that are not yet fully developed, he's unable to cross the bank. He's in a quandary. He turns his head, seeking his mother's scent. The forgetful mother beckons, but fails to recognize her baby. The little black rider is left on his own. Having not yet learned to forage, he still needs breast milk. Tentatively, he approaches. Instinctively, the mother drives away any young whose scent is unfamiliar. The hungry black rider is trying again. his little companion has accepted him. And so has the mother Milu deer. He'll take care not to be separated from his family again. On the sandbank, the red-crowned crane pair are singing a duet to express their love for each other. The male has suffered an accident, and because of it, they've had to cancel their flight to the northern breeding ground. The faithful couple are now residents of the eastern coastal wetlands. His damaged leg prevents him from spreading his wings. He also walks with difficulty. He's lucky to have his mate standing by him. Her devoted companionship gives him the courage to carry on. The pair have decided to raise their young in their winter habitat. The cranes have built their nest on Hushan Isle. The magical oriental white stork, the clever black-winged long-legged sandpiper, and the proud swan are all regular visitors here. The residents are living at ease and in harmony. However, a little bullying is not uncommon. The neighborly frolics bring to normally peaceful Hushan Isle a certain hustle and bustle. After eating, the male crane is heading back to the nest, thinking of his mate. He's too eager to worry about his injured leg. He tries to climb, but in vain. So he's forced to make a detour. But as long as he can be with his mate, he'll ignore the frustration. After waiting several days and nights, the crane pair are hoping their young will successfully hatch. As their offspring, they will carry their hopes back to their faraway home. The little deer, now a month old, has shed its plum-colored stripes. The mother and her young have finally learned to recognize each other's scent. The little black rider has grown bold enough to leave his mother's side and play. He's growing by the day and is already developing antlers. But he's also envious of his elder brother. And tries to steal some of his strength with his tongue. Every year, the antlers will develop new points. When they have 3 points, they'll be much thicker and stronger. But to qualify for the Deer King contest, a male must have at least 5 points. Every fight is a trial. The increasingly skilled black rider no longer needs his mother's protection. There was a time when vast herds of Milu deer could be seen galloping across the marshes here. By the early 18th century, overhunting had forced the last Milu deer into hiding in the wilds on the middle reaches of the Yangtze River. In 1900, a herd from Nanhazi in Beijing was transported abroad. Then in 1985, a group of 22 Milu deer from the United Kingdom were reintroduced into their ancient habitat. These natives of the coastal intertidal zone have seen 3 million migratory birds come and go. Their annual migrations continue relentlessly, like the surging tide. Fully rested, the black-faced spoonbill is now ready to set off for its breeding ground thousands of kilometers away. The pied avocet has finally reached the coastal wetland and has begun the search for a mate. For the female pied avocet, it's love at first sight. But the insensitive young male seems oblivious to her affection. The female, though, is an experienced wooer and takes her time to strike her signature pose. Finally, the two hearts are joined. The saline alkaline soil has just sprouted. This is perfect for the Saunders gulls, who, by nesting on the saline alkaline soil, are unique among birds. They are preparing for a mass wedding. The celebrations begin. The breeding season culminates in a charming ceremony. The little guy with a spoon is a spoon-billed snipe. There are only about 200 pairs left in the world. They travel between East Asia and Australasia every year. Refueling on the fertile beaches is one of the most enjoyable parts of the journey. The wary mud skippers emerge from their nests. These ancient inhabitants of Earth, who've lived here for some 300 million years, are witnesses to the vicissitudes of the coastal wetlands. But an egret is waiting, and in the blink of an eye, the mud skipper is snapped up. Beyond the shore is the kingdom of the egrets. During the breeding season, egrets develop a crest of decorative white feathers. They use it to attract the opposite sex, filling the forest with love. Suddenly, an intruder appears. Fortunately, it's a false alarm. The interloper is Black Rider. He's getting stronger and is preparing for the upcoming Deer King contest. By going from place to place in search of a better training ground. The courtship in the forest is drawing to a close. The pair of night herons show their affection by snuggling up against each other. The night herons below set to work. The male picks the branches, and the female weaves the nest. However, the couple above are making no progress. The female, anxious to have a warm and comfortable love nest, angrily chides her mate. Clearly, the new husband knows nothing about managing a home. He returns to his mate after an unsuccessful mission. He gets a chilly reception. The female crane stumbles across a wild duck's egg. Cheerfully, she replenishes her strength. A spring downpour has descended on Hushin Isle, sending the inhabitants fleeing for safety. The wind and rain carry the scent of danger. The foraging female crane is clearly upset. Her defenseless husband has been attacked. the sly badger took the opportunity to raid the pair's home. The once peaceful Hushan Isle has become a ruthless hunting ground. Alone, the old Milu Deer King silently surveys the combat arena. Black Rider ponders and adjusts his breathing. Until what age can a hero fight? The old king seems to be remembering himself in his youth. As he wishes, Black Rider has become the new Deer King. Proudly, he declares his victory. The Deer Singles Club accepts the latest losers. They hone their antlers and wait for the chance to challenge again. Victory in the duel does not mean being king for the whole summer. Every young warrior has the potential to become king. And so life goes on for the Milu deer on the eastern coastal wetlands. The female crane is still waiting for her mate. The little one has already learned to walk and jump. The night-caring couple have built their nest, and their babies are growing by the day. On the saline soil, the young Sauter's gulls are chasing after their parents for food. The summer breeze carries the scent of the sea onto the land, creating a sense of magic here. On these sands, the seasons change through time and space, reproduction and inheritance. The cycle of life continues.